Okay, as you can see, the table is quite horrendous, made in China. I've got these little latches here. First of all, the size of the height, to give you an idea, it's pretty much ankle level, well, just under the knee, so not very great. We need to change that today. So as you can see, there's no space in here for wine glasses, and the guys have been serving the wine in these cups, which is definitely unacceptable. So in the past we had canvas items, or we just use a box, a normal box for the glasses. No. Okay, what we have discussed here is we've now been 6 guys that have eaten the jars. One of the things that were mentioned was the fact that the chicken strips. How many breast was in there, Benny? 3. Okay, so we can up that a little bit, and then the kofta. But how we're going to be doing that is just by popping up another 2 jars. And then also looking at the dressings, we've got this one mayonnaise that goes with the chicken, the roasted pepper mayo, but we're also going to be adding a house dressing to that. And then one of the things that we did mention here is that the milk goes into the cooler box with the apples, saves some space, opens up some space for the extra 2 jugs in here. We've also discussed that for our GP clients we will not be doing any more straws and tetra juice packs. Tables is a big concern that we need to change today. And then also we've got the plates that are very bad quality. We need to source some local ones and inform the other lodges and Arani bar that the plate quality is not great. With regards to the desserts, we're going to have to look at something that can be eaten by the hand, what we've currently got here is of course the brownies, but we're going to remove that. Our fruits also have gone into the cooler box as well to save some space in here. And then last but not least, the cutlery for service. We're looking at some wooden spoons that we need to buy locally. And then we also discussed the blanket. Luna, we discussed the blanket that will be covering the box to avoid dust from getting in, which then opens up the fact that we have to wrap everything in plastic, which we want to avoid completely, or linen. You'll basically take the blanket, drop it down, and when you get to safari, you shake it out and you use it as a place where people can lie down if need be. Okay. It's pretty sturdy. Same size, eh?
Kind of.
Perfect. Okay, and then over here, this is what, as you can see, one of the things now, the problem we face is with Mikato Guest and Killian Peacock.
Yeah.
We basically have to provide them, we have to make the decision on if we're going to stick with the canvas bags and then provide them with these lock and lock containers. They've got some extra. We provide them with these for wines and for beers, etc. We've got some spare. And then also these lock and lock plastic containers, the guides actually prefer them. But what that also means, this is one that came back today now from a safari. As you can see, we then still have to take our restaurant cutlery and crockery. And it's going to be quite interesting to then have to manage all of this stuff, because we have to check other guides. And as you can see, they don't really take responsibility as such, so we need to really look into that and decide if we're going to stick with these lock and lock containers. They're quite sturdy, and then supply them with that, or do we go and change everything to Arani bar and just have extra stock on site. These people also use our furniture, tables and chairs as such, and we need to decide, do we then kit all of our guests in-house. So we're looking at an average of maximum 60 people to be catered for both Arani bar and this lower standard, if you want to call it that. Again, looking at the canvas bags, these are very simple for our full board clients then, but we can make these on site rather than buy them and ship them in from Kenya. What we found is that the lock and lock, if we're going to do for our other clients like Kelly and Peacock Safaris and our other properties where we have to cater for outside, we think it's better to actually use the lock and locks because the guides are happy with that. And as you can see, these stainless steel ones buckle and then it doesn't seal properly. So if you've got stuff in there, they struggle a bit with these, so we'd rather go with the lock and lock than these stainless steel tins, if you want to call it that. And then the other thing is that the lock and locks can actually be used in the kitchen as storage place if need be.